In this video, I'm going to show you how to find the area of any regular polygon without using the apothem. Now, your book is going to talk to you about what an apothem is and how to use it to find area. I just think it's easier to do it this other way. An apothem is this. It's a line that comes out from the center of the shape and goes to, it divides the line in half. It divides the side in half. So that's what it is. But I'm going to show you how to do it just with using the trig functions that we've been using this year to begin with. All right, so here we have a pentagon. Now, a pentagon is a five-sided shape. So the first thing you have to do is you have to figure out how many degrees there are in the center angle. So let me show you something. I mean, watch what I can do here. I can actually divide this thing into, you can see I'm not a very good artist here, guys. But I'm going to divide that thing into 5 triangles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 5 into 360 goes 72 times. So that means that each one of these angles, help, is going to be 72 degrees. All right. So let me draw it down here a minute. I'll take one of these triangles out. This is 72 degrees. I already know that this length is 6. All right, so far so good? Well, if I could know the area of that triangle and just multiply it by 6, I'd have it, wouldn't I? Well, let me watch what happens if I divide this thing in half. All right, now if I divided this thing in half, let me come over here and make this for you. So watch. I just divided this in half. Therefore, how long is this guy? Well, he's only 3. How big is that angle? Well, it's half of 72, isn't it? So that's 36. This is already 90. We know this. It's making a straight perpendicular line. What is this? Well, first, you don't even need to know this. You don't need to figure this out. All you really need is this. All right, how do I figure out, let's call this x, because to find the area of a triangle, don't I go base times height? You know, base times height. Well, what's the height? Well, what happens if I say, you know, the sine of 36 or the cosine or the tangent? Well, I have an opposite and I have the adjacent. So what trig function do I use when I know the opposite and the adjacent? It's the tangent. All right, so if I say the tangent of 36 equals what? The opposite, which is 3, over the adjacent, which I don't know what it is. That's the whole point. All right, how do I solve that little equation? Well, I multiply on both sides by x. The x goes away, and then I divide through by the tangent of, I don't mean the x goes away, the x stays on this side. So I'm going to divide 3 divided by the tangent of 36. 3 divided by the tangent of 36. And when I do that, calculator time, 3 divided by the tangent of 36 equals 4.129. So now I know that this is 4.129. Guys, let me remind you of something. Make sure you go to mode and make sure that your calculator is in degree mode. Otherwise, you're going to get it wrong. All right, now I know that this is 4.129. Well, what happens if I multiply that times 3 times 3 equals, now I have well, I get 12.387, right? But 12.387, remember, is the area of this whole big triangle. 12.387 is the area of that whole triangle, 12.387. Well, how many triangles do I have for the Pentagon? I have 5. So now I'm going to multiply that by 5 and see what I get. Times 5 equals 61.93. So the area of that whole triangle is 61.93. All right. Now we did that without using the apothem. What we had to know is how many degrees are in that inner circle. And to find that out, I had to say how many sides are there. So there were 5 sides. I divided it into 360. 360 is in the circle, correct? And it was 72. All right, I pulled this triangle out, and this whole thing is 72. But if I just work with half of it, it's 36. I know that this whole thing is 6, but I know that half of it is 3. To find the area of this triangle, I have to go base times height. To find the height, I use the tangent ratio. The tangent of 36 is the opposite over the adjacent, which is x. To find that out, I multiply both sides by x, and I'm left with 3 divided by the tangent of 36. And that equaled 4.129. Now I take the 4 point whatever times 3 is 12 point something. And frankly, you could have divided this in half. And this area of this little guy would be 6 point something. And the area of the other triangle is 6 point something. But you add them together in any case, and you get 12.387. You have 5 triangles times 5, and you get 61.93. I do want to show you something quickly. Tangent of 36 equals 3 over x. Can I remember that? Tangent of 36 equals 3 over x. Let me show you really quickly. Tangent of 36. If I have the tangent of 36 equals 3 over something. Let me review with you how to do this. This is a fraction. This is an equation. To get rid of this equation, I'm going to multiply on both sides by x. Now that goes away. Now I have x times the tangent of 36 equals 3. I want to know what x is. So I have to divide by the tangent of 36 on this side and divide by the tangent of 36 on this side. Now, if you guys don't write this down, sometimes you multiply, sometimes you divide, and you've got to know the difference. And if you don't, you'll get them wrong. Because if you come up to me and say, do I divide or multiply? I'm going to say to you, bye-bye. You go figure that out. All right, so now you're going to divide. This is a division sign. 3 divided by tangent of 36 equals whatever. But that's how you do those problems. All right? I'm going to do part 2 of this video to show you another one.